Hello, welcome. Good morning. Just back from having my Moderna booster, so I'm going to try and get a couple of hours of Pathfinder in today before I crash out. I mean, look, I might not be sick at all. I might be fine, but I'm expecting to probably be a bit unwell because I was all the other times I had a jab. Anyway, I'm going to do Jathal's side quest first. But I'm also going to pour myself out a cup of coffee. Oh, great. Oh, let's roll with it. Oh. So, having examined the wild boar's carcass closely, we found out the animal was indeed wounded by Jathal's dagger, but it happened somewhere else. So, we reckon it's along the banks of the Thorn River, which is where we are now.
Why is your attention?
Curious.
So, ancient Roslandic coin.
Anything else?
There we go.
I see something.
Proper storm brew. Oh, hello. Diabors. Let's go to turn-based. There we go. Okay. Buff dog up. See if we can get that boar shaken. Nope.
We can do it.
Right. Can she do bone shaker? Nice.
Serves you right.
Cannot hide from me.
Very nice. Keep following the coast.
It is done.
Some loot here. That's about as far as I can go. Let's go back up. I still can't believe the size of this bag of coffee. It's as big as my head. It's a lot more than I ordered. Looking forward to tasting it though. Young elf there.
Pause, please.
Stopping now.
Let's clear the area a little bit. Megalosaurus.
Onwards.
Let's see what we can see. No, that's her. She's found us. Monster, we knew you would always thirst for blood. You will not take our lives easily. Oh wow. Just combat straight off the bat. Okay. Just take a few of them out. Early doors. Okay, the alchemist is going to be my main target. And it fell over. Right.
Unworthy.
She does fair slappage. What are these abilities? Judgment, protection. Sacred bonus. Are these folks evil? Chaotic good. So we're fighting the good guys. However,
strike with all your might.
doesn't mean what they're doing is just under the law. Okay. Shake it. Fail. Burns.
You
Chuck
deserve
two
it.
flaming arrows at you, or flaming bolts.
I aim true.
Imagine that, just falling down, getting killed straight off the bat. Bone shaker.
Tashani Sadiku.
We won't
I'm gonna
falter.
fall over. This guy has no dexterity whatsoever. There we go.
My search was not in vain.
Okay, scripted. Jaethar freezes in front of the dead elven girl. It's hard to read anything on the Inquisitor's face, but her posture suggests tension, the trembling force of a tightly stretching bowstring. What a lovely child! She looks so like my Nortellara. Even death could not twist her beauty. She just granted her undeath. With the blank look in her eyes, Jaethar passes her hand over the girl's body. The feeling of an oppressive force, cold and painful, becomes nearly physical. A convulsion passes through the body of the dead elven girl. With a quiet moan turning into a cry, the corpse opens her eyes and rises. Jaethar looks at her in amazement, as if she is surprised by what she's done. Animating dead? I had no idea you could do that. I never knew this side of my power. Something has awakened in me, my ability to share Gathoa's gift. Jaethar studies a newly created undead with the look of a sculptor contemplating her creation. Withering under this stare, the undead girl begins to tremble. What have you done to me? What is this? I saved you from oblivion. You and all your beauty, foolish child. Now you bear Gathoa's gift, just as I. You are undead. If you prefer the word used by my uncomprehending narrow mind. No. It's better I follow my friends into death than to become a disgusting undead creature. An unnaturally strong convulsion shakes the girl's body. She glares at you. I beg you for mercy. She doesn't have a heart, but you're different. You still live. Let me die. Put me out of my misery. Why did you attack us? The wide eyes of the elven girl are filled with confusion. We only meant to protect ourselves. The wanderer warned us that this monster was chasing us. The elf points at the icy calm Jaethar. He told us that she sought new sacrifices. Everyone in Kyonin knows that she killed elves for the sake of her damned goddess, and still she managed to get away with it. Walked freely into exile. If we had known that she would track us down, we would never have left the forests of our homeland. Who was this wanderer who claimed that Jafar was chasing you? We knew him as Wanderer, but it's only a nickname. I do not know what his true name is. He is a half-elf. My friends knew him. They said that he has a wanderer's soul that takes him from one place to another. I've seen him a couple of times in Keonin, and recently I've seen him on the road. He caught up with us to warn us of the danger. He has brown hair and yellow-green eyes, like a cat. Please, I don't know anything else. Release me. Every moment in this lifeless body drives me mad. Jafar, what are you going to do with this poor girl? I will not harm her. I will not let her harm herself. She is frightened and does not understand the gift she just received. Elves live long lives, but they are still subjects of time. Only Urgatho's gift can shield them from it. Eternal life, eternal youth, eternal immortal beauty. Can anything else be compared to this? Jathal says the last words thoughtfully, as if the answer is not entirely clear to her. I hope, Jathal, that you feel sorry for the senseless death of this unfortunate girl and wish to help her in your way, and you're not just entertaining yourself as you usually do. Why would someone prolong the senseless agony of being when one can be finished with it once and for all? I do not like this. Haram shakes his head in condemnation. I don't want to make a choice. But I'm going to go good, because I'm lawful good. I made a decision. You should allow the poor girl to die, Jethar. This is her wish. Plus, for some, eternity might not be a gift. Jethar frowns. I cannot disobey my patron and master of these lands. However, I hope that you will not make a habit of disposing of valuable resources like that. Such waste is bad for both the ruler and his subjects. I do not know who to believe in this story. Did the merchant deceive us, or is this girl lying? So far, all points to one thing. The half-blood lied to us, and he did not merely lie. It was he who killed me in the wastelands. He took the dagger and planted it in his own shop for me to find. Scared the elves with his lies and intentionally sent us here. If Anio really deceived both of us and these elves, forcing us to shed innocent blood, then he should be made to pay. You see, now we both have something to ask the half-blood about. This will be amusing. Let us hurry to the capital. And now we loot. Did I just loot another ring? Elven Curve Blade.
Applause, please.
To the capital. Let's see what we can see. It's not far. See what this guy has to say for himself. Ah, interesting. Anio disappeared, leaving his more cumbersome belongings behind. He's fled, as I expected. It's pointless, illogical. Those children in the woods could hardly be expected to kill us. Why the performance? There must be something. Jafar freezes, then in an instant she pulls a note from Anio's wares. She glances at it and silently hands it to you. There's only one phrase on the note, no way out, and the image of a spiral comet placed with a signature. Do you know the symbol? Of course, the spiral comet is a symbol of Pharasma. Long ago, my goddess managed to break free from the grip of the Lady of Graves. Ever since, she treats Urgotho's very existence as a personal affront. The half-blood must be a particularly zealous follower of Pharasma. He's already tried to kill me twice. Well, whatever lot Ennio believes, he has no right to lie and drag people unwittingly into his holy war. Perhaps he's both frantic and fool. Sorry, perhaps he's both fanatic and fool. He struck me down like a coward in the wastelands, only to see me rise again with renewed strength. Then he used those unfortunate youngsters against me, only to fail again. A lack of scruples can be a strength, but not if one lacks will. Thank you for your help. I will not distract you further. I will seek out this amateur backstabber and will inform you immediately of any news. If the half-blood wants to dispatch me to his goddess, let him do it in person. Excellent. 750 XP is pretty good. Let's just sell some stuff. Elven Curve Blade +1. Get rid of Tartucci as present. Merchant, okay. Looking for trading supply. Looking for supplies. Camping supplies. I don't have any. There we go. I've got enough for some camping. Should we go do Valerie's quest next? Received a letter from Fredero Sinet. He says I'm to free you from service and return you to Shelley. Valerie looks you unblinking and you see her eyes darken with anger she can barely contain. Really? May I take a look at this letter? My apologies, Oleg. I seem to have become the reason for this message and highly inappropriate demands it contains. I know this person. Fredero Sinet is one of the mentors in the Order of the Eternal Rose, a true paladin of Shelley. One of those who insist they are right till the very end. He kept saying louder than anyone that Shelley herself predetermined my fate, even when I was packing my things before I left. Looks like he never came to terms with my leaving, since he found me even here. What the nerve! The mistake of leaving our ranks, return to the path destined to her by divine will. Since when does Fredero fancy himself the personal harbinger of this precious Shelley? Valerie, her face scarlet red, doesn't seem to notice the letter crumpling in her hand. Enough! We must put an end to this. If paladins of the Order of the Eternal Rose require another refusal, they shall get it. I'm going to the trading post with you to meet Fredero. I serve you. It's as simple as that. It's my decision, and I'm not going to change it just because someone from my past thinks otherwise. Well, it's time to visit Oleg and Svetlana. She smiles and nods. Right. Time to go. Get rid of J-File. Get the dream team back.
I need to catch my breath.
Of course you do.
A bottle of wine.
Apparently you never used to be able to skip these conversations when you first started. That'd be annoying. Got a few quests here, so you can get stuck in.
You're a skilled.
If I recall correctly, as soon as we get in there, we get gazumped straight into a fight, don't we? Can't skip, can't buff, can't do anything. Let's see what happens. This is perhaps the finest example of combat that was never designed for turn-based. Oh.
I won't let you down.
Yes, I'm still here.
Adventures call to them.
Let's go for it.
No stopping now.
Fredero Sinnet. Middle-aged man in polished shiny armour turns to you. His beard and hair are impeccably styled and an expression of reserved politeness sits frozen on his face as his piercing grey eyes watch everything attentively. Baron Omeg, what an honour to meet you in person. I'm Fredero Sinnet, a paladin of the most illustrious Shelyn from the Eternal Rose Order. Fredero looks at Valerie. There you are, Valerie. How many years has it been since we saw each other? I'm so happy that the years haven't erased the divine bliss written upon your radiant face. Valerie nods to Sinnet coldly. Greetings. I'm glad to see you in good health. Why are you here, Fredero? As mentioned in my letter, my goal is to return Valerie to Shelyn's grace. Several years ago, a terrible mistake was made. She whose fate was determined before she was born decided to resist her calling. I would appeal to Valerie's mind and remind her of her duty. You speak as though I'm incapable of understanding where my duties lie. You have given me much cause for doubt. You're from the Eternal Rose Order, right? Exactly. I once guarded works that showed Shelyn's blessing, works of art, beauty and love, but that's a path for young, energetic paladins and priests. Now I've become a mentor in the order. Many servants of Shelyn who now guard her creations were brought up by me, and I'm sure Valerie would have surpassed them all had she not left our ranks. I think you should talk to Valerie alone. Don't go, Your Grace. My intentions are known to all. Valerie, I've come to return you to our faith. Our? Now you imagine that not only do I want to serve Shelyn, but now I have faith in her too? I don't recognise you, Valerie. What is this tone you address me in now? I remember that politeness and respect you showed our elders. We held you up as an example for the other novices. I'm only replaying your courtesy and kind. If you so easily ascribe to me thoughts and aspirations that I do not possess, then I can be as liberal a judge of your behaviour. Valerie, don't get steamed up in this place, no. Watch your tongue, Fredero. You're on my lands, you respect my subjects. In no way did I intend to be impolite. Forgive my manners. It's difficult for me not to address Valerie as a novice, for that is what she was the last time I saw her. As for my return to the church, which you so bluntly insist upon, please, Fredero, spare me your wordy speeches. The day I walked out of the convent gates, I made a decision I'm not going to change. I'm never returning to the Eternal Rose Order. I'm never going back to serving Shellin. Whatever nonsense you started with your letter, let's put an end to it once and for all. I don't believe my ears. I expect to see repentance, Valerie. Repentance from your foolish choices. Repentance for the pain you've caused your family and all those who relied upon you. But instead I see a proud renegade who dares to resist the will of the goddess, and who would defy me, one who laboured to bring you up and teach you. I have to admit, you're somewhat right. Red spots start to appear on Valerie's cheeks, and she catches her breath with some difficulty. I am not in the least bit surprised by your words, Fred. You have always been deaf to anything that goes against your beliefs. I'm not Shellin's chosen. I'm not God's toy, created to entertain the whimsical goddess. I'm not. Quiet, quiet, before you bring her wrath upon you. How dare you, who is bestowed with celestial beauty, so insolently reject such gifts that others can only dream about? Your fate is already decided, laid out as a fine carpet before you. Enough! I didn't come here to listen to a spoiled child speaking out of turn, but only to bring you home. And I will take you by ear and drag you all the way to Order's convent, if that's what it takes. One word, Senate, and your head will be decorated in the nearest fence. Valerie slices the air with her hand. Stay out of it, Omeg. Fredero might be crossing the boundaries of politeness, but no more than that. Stay your hand, allow me to finish. I only meant to support you. Valerie interrupts you. She's almost screaming. What you call home, Fredero, was my prison. My home is here, in these lands, for which the Baron and I have fought and shed our blood. Here, beside the one I vowed to serve and who I shan't leave until I die. Here in the stolen lands, where for the first time I can decide for myself where I belong and what I believe. Take your people, Fredero, and go back to the Eternal Rose Abbey. And if you deserve to claim I'm Shellin's chosen, well, know that your precious goddess should have chosen her trinkets more carefully. How dare you? Keep quiet. Fredero looks Valor in the eye. The paladin's hand is on his weapon. If you insist on standing equal to Shellin's paladin, answer for your words now. If you have a drop of dignity left, you won't deny me satisfaction. Valerie looks at the enraged paladin fearlessly. Oh, so now I'm suddenly an independent person in your eyes. Finally. Well, then I shall agree to this duel with indescribable pleasure. Omeg, you shall be my second. As you say, Valerie, what will you have me do? The second responsibility include observing the fight, mediating in the duel, and should the circumstances require, declaring the final verdict. Valerie reaches for a weapon. I think here is good enough. Step away, Omeg. I don't want to hit you by accident. Let's see whether you learned anything more than insolence from your mercenary friends. Okay, here we go. As you can see, I'm buffed up. One of my squires will be my second. Would everyone please clear the dueling ground and do not interfere until the winner has been determined. This paladin has a really high armor class. Oh, don't worry, good master. We'll settle arguments quickly and do no harm to your trading post. So, Valerie, are you ready? Yes. I am, Fredero. Let your second start the countdown. Let's begin. Participants, please be ready. Your weapons and assume your positions. Attack.
Victory.
Right. So he's got divine favour. He's a paladin after all. Okay. Well, let's see what his stats tell us about him. Nothing? Right. Can't inspect him. That's interesting. Let's just hit. And he's immune to shaken. Let's use divine weapon bond.
Do not falter.
Not a great deal I can do.
Onwards. Ha!
Can I actually... No, still can't.
behind me.
Hold on. So, his armor class is 31. Potion. Right, his armor class is 31. 11. Plus 11.
Let us strike as one.
I have to crit to hit him. Basically. Let's take off power attack.
Do not falter.
Sunder armor.
Onwards. Stay behind me. Let us strike as one.
Lay on hands self.
Do not falter.
It is possible to win this. I have done it previously. But
Onwards.
win or lose kind of has the same result. So it doesn't matter.
Stay behind me. I can't keep this up much longer.
Not going to waste half potions really.
Let us strike as one.
It's not very exciting, is it?
Do not falter. Onwards. I require healing.
Frodo steps back and sheaves his weapon. Looks like everything's in its place, doesn't it? You could be, however, insolent to whomever you wanted, as long as you were considered as a girl, Valerie. But now you'll have to answer for all the stupid things you said in pride or heated moments. I'm satisfied with the outcome of this duel. See no reason to linger here, upsetting the owners of this trading post and the Baron. With great sadness, I will continue my way without Valerie, who from now on has no right to return the Order of Eternal Rose due to her transgressions. Too much talk. Enough. Leave her. I will bother you no longer. My regards, Your Grace, Valerie. Okay. Dear gods. Your face, Valerie. Valerie's been struck across the face and she has a scar. What? Is there something? Frodo did it, that scoundrel. Strange. I do not remember receiving this blow. Not at all. She touches the wound again, winces and finally waves it off. There's nothing. I don't even feel any pain, only fatigue. So if you have pity for someone who is truly wounded, and I just need to rest and wash myself clean after all these conversations by Shelley. Fantastic. So now we're going to chat to Oleg.
It is done.
Chat to Bokken first. Oh, do you want to buy something? Bokken, would you like to become my court alchemist? A court alchemist? Me? That'd be a first. Bokken finally sighs with his hand. Yeah, fine. Come what may. You've been kind to me. Killed those damn spiders and brought old man some berries. I'll work for you. Just one thing though. I need a new lab. Someplace to keep all my bottles and ingredients. A workshop, yes. And as for me, don't you worry. I'll do my part. Okay, I should go. Oleg. Show me your wares. Anything to sell? No.
Follow me.
Let's just get out of here, I guess. Do I want anything? Do you know what? Got loads of stuff here. Which I would generally think of as junk. When I get back to capital, I will sell it all. However, got one person to kill at the old sycamore. It might be a tough fight. Rest up.
I haven't seen many.
You would think otherwise.
So, there is an evil presence taking hold in this area that I avoided in chapter 1, specifically because it's a really hard fight. Viscount Smolderthorn. Here we go. I spend the night here, this guy turns up.
Let's finish them quick.
He has an initiative of 32.
F no.
Oh, he tried to scare me. Okay, good.
Be there, Orbos.
I've no idea what things he's immune to.
Stay behind me.
But let's see what his armor class is. 35. Okay.
Forwards!
Can't do that yet.
F no.
I don't know if this is going to be... Oh no, he does take damage. Okay. Excellent.
Let us strike as one.
Right.
We can do it!
Repent. Wash and
Cast shield. Okay. So shields seem to make him immune to magic missile.
I grant you death.
Do not falter!
Any last wishes?
Strike with all your might. Clean strike.
Right.
Efno.
Immune to magic missile, isn't he?
Consider me provoked.
Touch AC is only 29.
Cannot hide from me.
It's all about them
Onwards!
crits.
We won't falter.
So dispel magic or something.
Efno.
This is for you.
Nowhere to run.
Stay behind me!
Okay, come on, crit.
This is where I step in.
Forwards.
Yes. Think about all the buffs I had to put on him to kill it. Right, diamond is a pretty
No
good
stopping now.
reward. Is that it though? Was it worth it? 135 XP. I don't really think it was worth it. I really don't. But someone answer that phone. Telemarkers, as they say in the US of A. done the Lizard Folk Village. Secluded Lodge, Skull Rock, the Wolf Lair. Well, let's go home. Let's sell up. Oh, a real bad back at the moment. Let's go main square. Level 8. I'll be level 8 today, I guess. Takes a long time to level up. $13,000. Pretty good. I don't really need those. Alright, keep the cold iron. Keep that. Mallet of Woe actually could be quite useful. Get rid of that. Don't need these things, right? Yeah, keep the cold iron stuff. Just you never know. I mean, one of my main issues, he's still using a standard Masterwork faux shard. It's glaive +1. Get rid of it. I hear there are good weapons out there. Apparently. +2 wisdom. Do you know what? Her will save isn't very good. So I just do that. It's only 4 grand. So like her will is +5. +6. It's a bit better, isn't it? I've got to decide where to go next, you know. Meet the nymph in the verdant chambers. Go talk to Valerie again, I guess. So yeah, Valerie, the deal is they make a big thing out of how beautiful she was. They make a big deal out of how beautiful she was in Shellin's order. She's dedicated her life to martial prowess and fighting. And everyone else around her is making a big deal out of something that isn't really anything she's done. So she doesn't see it's much to be proud of, right? This is how I relate to her anyway. I'd much rather people look up to something and congratulate me on something I've done than just where I'm from or what I look like or something that I can control, you know? And I guess that's where she's coming from. Plus, it sounds like a silly paladin order. How do you feel? See, your wound hasn't healed yet. Please don't worry about such trifles. I'll visit a priest or an alchemist when time permits. As for how I feel, it's my pride that suffered most. It seems I must devote more time to training. I'll keep this in mind in the future and not let you down again. I should thank you, Omeg. It's important to me that you were at my side. Now I'm sure that I'm finally free of the Order of the Eternal Rose and ready to devote all my time and efforts to your mission. Thank you for the conversation. As you wish. Done. Crawling towards level 8. I've got a feeling that, well, so
March on.
is there a way to build a laboratory for Brocken? I've turned kingdom management onto auto, so I can't possibly fail. But does that mean I don't get to manage the kingdom? You know what I'm saying? Kingdom. Ah, access is limited. There we go. So yeah, I guess that's it. Okay. Kaiser's going to settle the capital, ask a Baron a visitor, discuss details of future expedition, seek an artifact, house to be found near the capital square to the right. Let's do her side quest then. If it's possible to at this level. Okay. Into the house. Did they say near the capital square to the right? Casey's house. Casey. Tense silence hangs over the house. Casey, your tiefling friend, emerges from the shadows, but her eyes are staring into the distance. She seems to look right past you. No, not now. Turmoil is suddenly over, but you see fear in Casey's eyes, her blue eyes. It's you. I wanted to say Please don't be afraid. You can tell me the truth. What's going on? I know it couldn't last forever. Why did he even make this rule if he knew it would be impossible to keep? She takes a deep breath, opens her eyes, and speaks firm resolve. Come what may, you should know, Almec, that the person you know by the name of Casey does not exist. My real name is Kalika, and well, it's a long story, and such stories are better told beside a welcoming fire. Will you hear me out? Fine, let's go. Stories by the fire in the desert where I was born, my fondest memory. When the day is done, hosts and guests, parents and children, friends and rivals, all gather by the fire under the stars to tell their tales, all they did, or they witnessed, or they heard from their other travels, and the whispers carried by the distant wind. My sister and I snuck in to hear these stories, hiding in the shadows just beyond the circle of light and warmth. We are houseborn, you see. Tieflings are unwelcome guests in Kinera, unblessed by the light of merciful Serenray. We grew up sleeping in a common tent, scavenging food here and there like orphans, all but outcast and disowned. We were 13 when we left, and sought to find happiness in the cities, and everyone we left behind sighed with relief. My sister and I, we are twins, but as different as the sun and moon. Her name is Canara, which means silent flame. She is fire, a cold fire, but one that turns everything to ash. I'm a river. It brings me joy to give water to tired travellers and nurture green shoots. But when I flood, I am bound to bring death. The girl's eyes are full of sorrow. Despite our differences, we are one. Our lives belong to divine Nethys, and by his mercy we now live, in turns. While one of us is here, the other sleeps in another plane, and when she wakes, we switch places, just as you witnessed. So this is why you didn't remember me when we were talking to Mandy. How could I remember you? I'd never met you at the time. That was Kinera. She was the one who talked to you at the reception and helped you fight off the assassins. We usually write each other notes, recounting in detail all that happened and describing any friends that Casey had made. But that time we switched right in the middle of a mansion engulfed in fire and filled with assassins. Kinera didn't have the time to write notes. Well, what can I do to help? That's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. Kinera was supposed to tell you an ancient treasury that we've been looking for. Gold isn't the only thing of value in this place. It may contain an ancient relic taken by Taldan raiders and respected Kadaran Temple of Nethys. It's an unusual relic called the Disc of the Eclipse. I once heard a beautiful story that it was created from the shadow that hides the sun and the moon, but I didn't think that could be the truth. Nethys is the god of magic, who was once a mortal wizard, and relics from his temples are usually very powerful. There are many among his followers who think that solving the mysteries of magic, even rivaling their deity, is the best way to serve him. One such follower created the disc long ago in the distant past. According to legend, it gave its owners control over planar travel, but only pairs of wizards bound by unbreakable ties could use it. While one of them travelled the planes, the other was his anchor in our world, and they could switch between. You see why so desperately wish to find the disc? It might help us understand how the switch between me and Kinera works, and it should make our divine patron happy. Nethys and his assistants value the desire to understand the mysteries of magic above all else. If this can help, then I agree. Thank you. I will wait for you there at Sorrowflow. Please, let's explore the ruins together, just the two of us. I don't want to give away again in front of my companions. Breaking the Arkanu Thane's conditions once was enough. I have no wish to anger our god. So long. Okay, so I've got to travel to
No stopping now.
the Taldan ruins, and I can drop my party when I get there. That's cool. I'm going to have my lunch now though, so I'm going to take a little break. And when I come back, we'll explore that. Sounds like a plan, eh? Until next time, cheerio.